Hello students, welcome back to the biology class. So we finished the ninth chapter of the NCERT, that is biomolecules, in the last class. So today we are going to start the fifth chapter from the NCERT, and that means fifth, sixth and seventh. Now we will go in sequence like this. So the fifth chapter is morphology of the flowering plants. Now in your junior classes you have already learned about parts of the plants or the flowering plant. You always call them as shoot system and the root system. So how do you distinguish this shoot system from the root system? So the main points are: shoot system is generally the above the ground level and the root system is underground. Shoot system grow always towards the top and the root system will go always down. Shoot system is the main photosynthesizing portion. Root system has no role, exceptional plants are there, otherwise no role in the process of photosynthesis. The shoot system has the role of transmission, or you can say movement or conduction of water as well as food. The main role of the root is to absorb the water from the soil, so absorption is not possible with the shoot system. Conduction, obviously root also performs conduction of the transported material. The shoot system will have leaf, it will have lateral appendages which are called as leaves. Leaves are absent in the case of the root system. Nodes and internodes are present in the case of shoot system. Again, these structures are absent in the root system. Buds are present in the shoot system. Buds, bud, bud. Buds are present in the shoot system. Buds are absent in the root system. A cap-like structure is absent in the case of shoot system. A root cap is present in the case of the root system. So there are many differences. You can go along with so many points further. Like which one goes towards this attraction of the gravity. So the shoot system is negatively geotropic and positively phototropic, but in the case of the root system it is negatively phototropic and positively geotropic. So there are many more points you can keep on adding like this. So now this brings us to the topic. Let's start. What exactly is the root system? And I will be drawing the diagrams. I have already drawn. If there is requirement, on a separate register I'll start drawing for you to give explanation. So the root system is normally lies underground, consists of the main root and its branches. There is a most prominent root which lies in the center, and that one is called as the one which is present in the center is called as the taproot. This is the primary root or the taproot. Remember, when a seed germinates, the first root to come out from the seed would be the primary root, or also called as the main root, also called as the taproot. That's why this root system is called as the taproot system. And then there will be branches coming out from this. These branches are called secondary roots, and secondary roots will develop further smaller branches called as tertiary roots, and finally the smallest one would be called as the rootlets. So let's quickly go through it. So it bears several lateral roots which are called as secondary roots, which further branch into tertiary roots and finally into the rootlets. The tip of the rootlets are covered with the root cap, and behind the root cap the root hairs are visible. You must have seen small hairy structure which grows on the root. The main function of the root is to anchor the plant to the ground and to absorb water and minerals from the soil. So now what happened in the case of shoot system is, it is normally aerial and consists of the main stem. Then there are branches. We all know branches will develop just like in the root system. Branches are present in the shoot system, and then leaves are there. And at intervals the stem and its branches possess areas which are called as nodes. Now what are nodes? Nodes are the places from where leaves originate, or nodes are the places from where axillary bud is present, from with the help of which new branch will develop, or maybe flowers will develop. So leaves are born at the region of nodes. So nodes are the places where leaves are present. The part of the stem between the two nodes is called as the internode, and the angle between the leaf and the part of the stem is called as the axil. So what is axil? Let's try to understand. If I draw a stem like this or a branch like this, and this is the node, this is the node, the gap between nodes is called as the internode. Now the nodes are the places where leaf originate. So the leaf, this is the stalk of the leaf, this is the branch. So the angle between these two things is called as the axil. So this is axillary angle or axil. So this is the place where a bud develops. So it bears an axillary bud which later develops into the branch. A bud is present at the tip also of the stem, which is called as the apical bud. So there are two types of bud in the shoot system. One is the axillary bud and the other is the apical bud. It is responsible for the elongation of the stem or the branches. Now, what are the parts of the stem? Let's quickly go through it. First of all, it's the leaf. Leaf is the green expanded lateral outgrowth. So when you see a stem, you'll find the leaf is attached. The leaf is attached to the stem in this manner. It grows laterally. Laterally means sidewise. So it's a lateral appendage which is present or attached to the stem or the branch at what point? Node. It is a green expanded lateral outgrowth which develop on the stem or the branch at which node portion. A leaf has three parts: leaf base, petiole and lamina. Now a leaf will have three portions. This portion is called as the lamina or the leaf blade. This stalk-like thing is called as petiole, and the end of the petiole which is attached to the stem is called as the leaf base. So three parts are there: leaf base, three parts are leaf base, petiole and the lamina.